On some color-heavy models, the plastic wasted during purging can outweigh the finished print itself, sometimes by several times over. That's the one problem this entire category has never fully solved. In August 2025, a crowdfunded printer called the Snapmaker U1 raised over $20 million on Kickstarter, promising to fix exactly that. Within about a week, Bambu Lab revealed its own answer, the H2C, though Bambu says that machine had been in development for years before the timing lined up. Call it coincidence or competition, the effect on this market was real, and it split multicolor printing into two camps: cheaper single nozzle systems that still purge between colors, and tool changers that swap entire nozzles to avoid it. We ranked these 6 machines on 4 things that actually matter: how much filament you realistically lose per color swap, the true all-in cost to reach full color count rather than the headline starting price, build volume, and how reliable each machine has actually been in owners' hands based on verified reviews. Worth being upfront that these 6 were the models we set out to compare for this list, not a claim that nothing else on the market is worth your time. Links to everything are below. Let's get into it. Number 6, Anycubic Kobra S1 ACE Pro Combo. This is genuinely the cheapest legitimate door into multicolor printing right now, but read the fine print before you buy. The base combo gets you 4 colors through one ACE2 Pro unit, a redesigned filament hub with 4 independent brushless motors built to reduce the jamming complaints that dogged the original ACE Pro. Reaching the advertised 16 color ceiling means buying 3 more units, which changes the math considerably. The printer underneath is a fully enclosed Core XY machine rated to 320 degrees Celsius. So ABS and ASA are on the table, not just PLA, and the touchscreen tilts from vertical to horizontal, a small thing until you're printing at midnight. This is still a single nozzle purge system, meaning every color change wastes some filament into a purge structure, just less of it than older single nozzle designs. The nozzle itself is tool-free to remove, which matters more than it sounds like the first time you need to clear a clog at 11 p.m. If 4 colors covers your needs, this is excellent value. If you're picturing 16 color prints from day one, budget for the extra hardware honestly before you check out, because the jump from 4 to 16 colors is where this printer's price advantage quietly disappears. Number 5, Creality K2 Plus Combo. A 350mm cube build volume opens up projects a smaller printer simply can't attempt, and the die-cast aluminum frame stays rigid at its rated 600mm per second top speed. The actively heated chamber handles engineering filaments a cheaper open frame machine can't, and dual AI cameras catch failed prints before they burn through an entire spool. Here's the part worth knowing before you order. One review site that tracked 562 verified Amazon reviews found roughly 70% of buyers enthusiastic, and 23% openly frustrated. And the frustration cluster wasn't really about the hardware. It was support response times, along with a handful of reports of combos arriving without the CFS unit that was supposed to be included. That's a real pattern worth weighing, not a guess. It's also worth noting the K2 Plus carries a longer warranty than Creality's smaller K2 model, which at least signals some confidence in the larger machine's components. If you're comfortable troubleshooting firmware yourself, the hardware justifies the price. If you want a manufacturer who answers quickly when something goes sideways, factor that into the decision now, not after the box arrives. That's the large format value pick. The next one takes a completely different approach, betting on polish instead of raw specs. Number 4, Bambu Lab P2S Combo. The P2S is a refinement of the P1S rather than a reinvention, and that's the appeal. The Dynasense servo extruder improves feed consistency, and the second generation touchscreen UI is noticeably more responsive than the outgoing model. Bundled with the AMS2 Pro, you get multicolor printing plus active filament drying and sealed storage, so you're not budgeting for a separate dryer down the line. One reviewer covering the P2S in depth flagged a firmware update addressing early AMS2 Pro communication hiccups during long multicolor jobs, and individual owner reviews on 3D Jake report hundreds of trouble-free hours after a few months of use, though that's owner testimony, not a lab benchmark. The honest limits: 256mm cubed rules out oversized props. There's no actively heated chamber the way the pricier H2 series has, and this still uses the same purge-based color swap method every AMS-style system relies on, so some waste is baked in regardless of price tier. For most people, moving up from their first printer though, this is the safest bet in the mid-range right now, and the free Bambu Studio Slicer keeps the learning curve short. Safe and polished is one philosophy. The next machine throws that out entirely in favor of never purging at all. Number 3, original Prusa XL 5 toolhead. Prusa built its reputation on reliability, and the XL's 5 independent toolheads are the reason this machine avoids the normal purge cycle almost entirely. Each toolhead stays loaded with its own material, so switching between colors is a mechanical swap rather than a flush, and the printer's wipe to infill feature tucks any minor oozing inside the model where it's invisible. Some jobs still use a small priming structure for pressure stability, so zero waste isn't a universal guarantee, but it's close. You can start with a single tool head and add more as your workflow grows, which lowers the buy-in risk considerably. The real adjustment is software. You'll be working in Prusa Slicer, which is free and open source but different from Bambu Studio, so switching ecosystems takes a short learning curve rather than any kind of lock-in. A few long-term owners have flagged nozzle replacement difficulty and software bugs surfacing years into ownership. It's also genuinely useful for mixed material work, not just color, pairing a cheap material for supports with a pricier one for the actual part, which cuts material costs on top of the waste savings. If filament cost actually shows up on your spreadsheet, this machine earns its price back. If you just want colorful hobby prints, it's more than you need. Now here's the printer that exists specifically because a much bigger company didn't want to be left behind. Number 2, Bambu Lab H2C. The H2C's whole identity is the Vortec Houghton change system. Bambu's own listing puts the total at 7 Houghtons across the toolhead and swappable rack, supporting up to 7 materials in one job without the usual purge cycle, and each Houghton heats through induction in roughly 8 seconds before swapping in. On a model with hundreds of color changes, that adds up to real filament savings over a standard AMS setup. It's still very much a Bambu machine underneath, same camera monitoring, same app-based workflow the brand is known for. The catch is price. This costs $400 more than Bambu's own H2D, and the dual nozzle toolhead sits on one side of the build plate only, which trims your usable print width slightly compared to a symmetrical dual nozzle layout. Pair it with Bambu's AMS units, and that 7 material figure can expand to as many as 24 filaments loaded at once, useful if you're running a small production setup rather than one-off prints. Whether Bambu rushed this to market because of Snapmaker's Kickstarter is something only Bambu can confirm, and they maintain it was years in development. What's not in dispute is the price you're paying for that engineering. Which brings us to the machine that pushed a company worth hundreds of millions into reacting in the first place. Number 1, Snapmaker U1. 20,000 backers pledged over $20.6 million to this machine before it ever shipped. And the reason is straightforward. 4 independent toolheads stay loaded and preheated simultaneously, so switching colors is a roughly 5-second mechanical swap instead of a multi-minute purge cycle. Snapmaker claims this cuts filament waste by up to 80% compared to standard purge systems, and says the steel ball couplings locking each toolhead in place have been tested past 1 million swaps without failure. Claims that are the company's own, not independently audited. What is independently verified? Tom's Hardware tested a unit and found it producing cleaner multicolor prints faster than a Bambu P1P, running on open source Clipper firmware and Orca Slicer, so there's no proprietary software dependency. The trade-offs are real. The base configuration ships without a fully enclosed lid. That's an added cost, and at 270 millimeters cubed, it's the smallest build volume on this list. It also tops out at 4 colors unless you're comparing it against machines costing 2 or 3 times as much, and buyers outside the EU currently get a 1-year warranty rather than the 2 years EU customers receive. For the price, though, nothing else here matches its combination of low waste, open firmware, and proven demand. So here's the actual decision tree. Need 4 colors under $700, and don't mind buying extra hubs later? Start with the Anycubic, printing large props or batches regularly, the Creality K2 Plus. Want the most polished, drama-free upgrade path? Bambu's P2S. Running a business where filament cost matters and true multi-material flexibility is non-negotiable? The Prusa XL, already inside Bambu's ecosystem and want maximum material flexibility regardless of price? The H2C. And if you want the best balance of low waste, open software, and price on the market right now, that's the Snapmaker U1. Skip it only if you need more than 4 colors or a fully enclosed chamber out of the box. Tell us in the comments which one fits your setup, and subscribe for more buyer's guides built the same way.